आप सभी का स्वागत है कैपिटल न्यूज़ ईटानगर में। जैसे कि आप सभी को पता है कि कुछ ही दिनों पहले अरुणाचल प्रदेश स्टेट सर्विस कंबाइंड कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम 2017 के जो परिणाम है वो आ चुके थे, जिनमें 102 छात्राओं ने परीक्षा में सफलता हासिल की है। और हर साल जब भी एपीसीएस की तरफ से नोटिफिकेशन आता है जॉब वैकेंसी को लेके, तो हज़ारों कैंडिडेट इसके लिए अप्लाई करते हैं और हज़ारों कैंडिडेट मेहनत पे जुट जाते हैं, पर कुछ ही लोग को सफलता हासिल होती है। और जिन लोगों को सफलता मिलती है तो बात ये आती है कि कैसे मिलता है, उन लोगों का स्ट्रेटजी क्या होता है, वो सब हम आम जो जनता है वो जानने के लिए उत्सुक होते हैं। तो उसी के चलते आज हम हमारे एपीसीएस के टॉपर से बात करेंगे। सो राइट नाउ आई एम हियर विद आवर एपीसीएस 2017 topper Miss Niti Taki. So I would like to introduce you all. First of all, welcome to our show, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am, would you like to please once again introduce yourself?
First of all, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Miss Niti Taki. I am the topper of the recently concluded Arunachal Pradesh Public Service Commission Combined Competitive Examination 2017. I'm currently serving as Assistant Engineer in the Office of Chief Engineer, Survey Investigation, Design and Planning, Arunachal Pradesh Public Works Department, Itanagar.
Okay, ma'am, at such a young age, you have cracked this examination, that too being the topper. How are you feeling right now?
First of all, I'm extremely overwhelmed and humbled by the love that I've received from a lot of people, from family, from friends, from well-wishers, and throughout the social media. And I'm extremely grateful to the Almighty and to all those who have shown so much love, and everybody who has been showering me with a lot of blessings, and whoever has prayed for me. So I'm grateful, I'm happy, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, ma'am, if you could tell us who were your guide or source of inspiration during your preparation days?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I would say it's always been my parents since I was a child, because the parents are the first teachers, and secondly would be my teachers, because teachers are the second parents. I've met wonderful teachers during my schooling days. I did my schooling from VKV Kuporijo, and I did my graduation from Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and Technology, Neris Nirjuli. So I owe it to my wonderful teachers during my school days, college days, and like whomever I met after that. And thirdly, I've been blessed to meet wonderful mentors in the form of my college senior Ranfuang Owa sir. He is an IFS officer, and Techi Kumar sir. He is an IRS officer. And in the course of time, since I started working as an assistant engineer, I've been working under Dr. Atop Lego sir. So he's also been such a source of motivation for me. And I would say everybody that I've come across in all walks of life, including my friends, my well-wishers, every single person who has inspired me. So it's a effort of everybody in making me reach where I am today.
It's a long journey, right?
Yeah, it's a very long journey.
Okay, ma'am, what were the challenges or the difficulties that you faced during your preparation days? And do you think that it is important to have a coaching class?
First of all, let's talk about the challenges. Financially speaking, I didn't have to struggle a lot because my parents were there to support me. So that part was pretty taken care of. But as someone coming from an engineering background who has studied only humanities subjects till 10th standard, so it was a bit challenging for me, and it would have been the same for any student from the engineering background. So, familiarizing with the whole humanities subject, that was the first challenge. And secondly would be because the civil services, we need to cover a lot of subjects. The arena is quite vast. So that was the second challenge. We need to balance in all the areas. So the balancing act was a bit challenging for me. And thirdly, I would say the task of answer writing. Because being an engineer, we tend to write in bullet points, and we tend to be very precise, and but in civil services you need different techniques to present your answer. So learning those things over time, that was a bit challenging for me. And fourthly, I would say the time span. because it is, as I quoted in last interview as well, it is not a sprint race that you are running. It is a marathon which lasts for years. So the time span was, you need to cope up with that. And lastly, I would say, since we are in the digital age, so there's whole lot of information available in the online forum or anywhere you go. So there's excessive information, and being able, you need to have the maturity and to extract what you want from that. So earlier what used to happen that I used to get lost in the sea of information, but with time and with experience, you get the heck of it, like you understand what things you need to pick it up from that and what things you need to leave. So these were the broad challenges, I would say. Regarding the coaching classes, especially concerning me, I had enrolled into coaching in Delhi, and when I came back from there, I enrolled into Success Point coaching classes for GS General Studies and Geography Optional. So the classes have helped me a lot, especially under the guidance of Rajiv sir. I was able to complete a whole lot of it in very less time span, because I was simultaneously preparing for my engineering services as well. So it has helped me in that manner. But then again, I would say, especially in the digital age, where all the information is available online and there are so many platforms, you really don't have to enroll into coaching if you can't afford. If you can afford, it is well and good enough. But if you can't, then please follow the online platforms and be guided by mentors like I was, and like I would say to the young officers of my batch as well, if we can mentor our juniors, our siblings, the other students of our community, our state, that would be a great thing to do, because that's what we should be doing as civil servants, right?
Having talked about digital world, I mean, how did you keep yourself motivated, and how did you cope up with the distraction from the social medias and all?
Yeah, first of all, before launching into the digital thing, I would say I was unemployed after I graduated. So the craving for that financial stability and the financial independence, like being able to pay one's own bills, that craving is what itself propels you to work harder, first thing. And secondly, as you were talking about distraction, when I was preparing, in fact, even since I joined my office also, I wasn't on any form of social media except Twitter, because Twitter is informative. You can follow a lot of people and a lot of information. Yeah. No, I recently joined social media, maybe after I started working. So during the preparation days, I wasn't on any form of social media except the Twitter. And I would say, if you're in social media, try to use it positively. So maybe you can, while in the preparation phase, what you can do is, you can deactivate your social media accounts like Facebook or Instagram or something, but you may follow other forms of media where you can get a lot of information from that. So you need to have the conscience, to which one to follow, which one not to do. So that's one thing. And I would say during my preparation phase, I had a very good support system of my parents and extremely close friends, well-wishers, and that kept me going. And thirdly, I'm a very voracious reader. I read a lot of books. So I would say reading poetry or very inspiring books, like I'm a huge fan of Rumi. So it was quite inspiring. Whenever I used to feel low, I used to read Rumi. So I guess these three things kept me going.
Is this dream of becoming a civil servant, or it just come over the period of time?
Actually, when I look back, since I was a child, my parents always dreamt about it. And at that time, I didn't realize what is it. So, but over the years, as I've grown and I've come across, my mental horizon has broadened, and I've been blessed to be guided by wonderful mentors as my seniors. They're already into the All India services and central government services. And since I joined office as an assistant engineer, so the whole experience has made me realize the importance of it. And civil services was something that I've wanted to do since I was a child. Whether we were actually aiming for the UPSC since I was a child, and it's an outfall of that. So that's it.
Ma'am, we have heard that you have done your schooling in Arunachal Pradesh and your graduation and your coaching as well. So could you please tell us more about your preparation, ma'am? And also the preparation strategy, how many hours you used to spend on study and all?
Okay, yes, it's true that I have done my schooling and graduation from Arunachal. I did my schooling from BKV Kuppam. It's in Upper Subansiri district, and I did my graduation from Nerist. It's in Nirjuli. And preparation regarding that, I would say in the schooling time we refer to the NCERT books, which is same throughout all over India. So, and during the college days, if you're in any engineering college, you study the basic engineering books that are standardized by the UGC. So there's not much of a difference. Like the syllabus and everything has been stated properly. So at times what happens is like students from our area of the country, we feel that unless and until we go out for some grand schooling or some courses, we won't be able to come up to the level. But I would say I'm the product of that same school and same environment of graduation that I have done from the same state. So, we are second to none. We can do as much as anybody else can do. And regarding the coaching thing, yes, I did from outside as well, and I did from state. I mean, when I came back, I joined Success Point, as I've stated earlier. So, yeah, and preparation strategy, I wouldn't say like how many hours, because it's been a long time. Like I started 2016, so, and I was preparing simultaneously for both the engineering services and this as civil services as well. So maybe the hours don't matter. How much you try to cover up in a single day, that's what would matter. But at least on an average, 5 to 6 hours is must. Including, other than that, you need to be cover up the current topics as well. You need to be very updated. So that's it, I would say. And as much as you can give, some of them, they're working candidates as well. So it becomes quite difficult for them also. So, but I would say you plan a year in advance, and then you try to execute it. And accordingly, you need to have like micro plans. If things are not working according to that, you can re-strategize and re-implement it. So you need to keep on doing that, the homework.
From study, what are your hobbies?
Hobbies, I read a lot. I'm a very voracious reader. I write at times. I do creative writing, and I sing at times. And I'm good at public speaking. People say public speaking, debating. I've participated a lot of it during schools and colleges. So those are the things.
Everything is related to book only, right?
Not exactly. Singing is not related to book, maybe.
Okay, ma'am, then we have also heard that you have topped the combined engineering service conducted by APCS, and then last year. Please tell us more about it, ma'am.
Yes, that's true. I have topped the engineering service examination conducted last year. I would say actually I've been getting a lot of queries about that over my social media accounts as well. So I would say the same strategy has to be followed, like nothing different, but especially the ones who have entered the college now, or maybe they are in, second, third year, no matter which year of the college you are in, I would say please refer to the syllabus of Indian Engineering Services or the State Engineering Services. Keep yourself updated and plan your, semesters according to that. Please start the preparation when you are at the college. I didn't do that, and hence I'm telling everybody. So please take this advice of mine, and you should be the moment you graduate, it should be done like you are well versed with the topics of at least in the engineering arena, so that part is covered. And other than that, whichever is remaining, you can do after the graduation. So I would say the same strategy has to be followed, but please concentrate on your graduation subject when you are in college. Please make proper utilization of the time when you are in college.
Suggest some study materials.
Study materials, I'm thinking to put out a blog later, because I haven't prepared. It's very intense. So I'll list out all the books and everything. I'll put it up.
Ma'am, your well-wishers and all your mentors are saying that you're ready material for UPS. So what are your future plans, ma'am?
First of all, I'm very thankful to have mentors like them. It's like I'm extremely grateful to them. They've been so generous to quote it in social media. I mean, so I would say I respect their introspection, and I believe that maybe if they're saying, then there's something in me. I need to do some soul searching and plan out things properly, and then maybe start preparing for the next phase of my life, next goal. Because once one goal is accomplished, we shouldn't rest. We should be always try to strive for the better version of yourself. So I feel I should heed their advice.
Ma'am, is there any advice for a future aspirant, civil service aspirant?
Yeah, actually, I've listed down few of the advices. First of all, I would say please limit your resources and revise it again and again. At times, we tend to get lost in the sea of the resources. You don't have to do that. Please limit it and revise the material again and again. And please refer to the previous year question papers and make them the basis of your preparation. And thirdly, I would say please use internet positively, very, very positively, because if you don't do so, things can impact you negatively and your preparation will spiral down. And fourthly, it will be always do the cost-benefit analysis, I said this yesterday as well. You need to prioritize what are your priorities. And one thing you should always keep in mind, like no matter how hard you try, there will be few things which will be left out. Let's say in my case, I would give my example. I was focusing so much on these exams, and after I started working as well, some areas you need to compromise. Regarding me, it was maybe sleep or my health, and maybe your social life. You need to make compromises, but then you need to understand the reason why you are doing it, right? You don't have to sulk about it. Do it thinking that is the phase of struggle and the glorious days are about to come. And please have a long-term vision please have a long-term vision and plan accordingly. Divide it, in day-to-day basis, monthly basis, weekly basis, and give ample time for revision before the final examination date is being announced. And I guess that's it for now on.
Thank you, ma'am. As your parents have been so supportive throughout your journey, so is there any note for them you would like to give through this channel?
First of all, congratulations. Your daughter has topped the examination. And secondly, I am so thankful and I consider myself privileged to have you both in my life. To all the daughters, I would like to say that your parents love you a lot and they always want the best for you. So please try to give your best, not only if not in studies, be it any other thing. Please aspire to become financially independent, economically stable, because financial independence is the bedrock of any form of liberation. So I would say give your best, love your parents, and do good for yourself and for your society. And to whomever has said to you that the sky is the limit, I would say even the sky isn't the limit. Dream bigger and fly higher. My best wishes be with you all the time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was a pleasure having you with us, and thank you so much for sparing time from your heavy schedules. And we wish you a very good luck for your future service. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
तो अभी आपने सुना हमारे नीति मैम जिन्होंने एपीसीएस एग्ज़ाम में टॉप किया है, और अभी हम बाकी लोग से सुनेंगे, बाकी जो सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट्स हैं उन लोगों से सुनेंगे, उन लोगों का कुछ सक्सेस स्टोरी और उन लोगों का प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटजी. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am, it is learned that you are already married, and then it is also learned that you are having medical problems during your preparation days, and then most of the people, especially the ladies, give up their dreams further studies once they are married and settled. Despite of the fact that you were suffering and married, but you managed to come out with flying colors in APCS. Then, how did you deal with your personal problems, challenges, as well as your family life during your preparation? And for what do you have to say to the people, especially to the women?
Okay. Me being a married woman, I never faces any hindrances for clearing these examinations because my husband was very supportive. My family members and my in-laws were very supportive. And I see that many mothers have cleared these examinations, and so my respect goes to them. But however, I have my own struggle, and because I think in 2013, when in 2013 notifications, though I cleared prelims, but I could not sit for mains examination actually, because I was diagnosed with multiple drug-resistant tuberculosis, and my suffering didn't stop there, and that drugs also became resistant to my body, and I was finally diagnosed with extreme drug-resistant tuberculosis. And because of that, I have faced many challenges. For example, like my entire body got affected. I have to take dialysis for the kidneys, and the drugs were so strong that it damaged my nerves in such an extreme level that I was in a wheelchair for almost a year. And because of that, I had to face so many mental as well as physical challenges. And being a eldest in the family, I have this responsibility because at the time period when you have to look after your parents, your siblings, but I was a kind of burden to them. I feel that because I was crippled, I couldn't move. I have to, someone has to feed me. So these things have really taught me to fight hard in life, and I faced lots of depression. I was in extreme depressions, and though it's scary, but I would say that I have tried to commit suicide many times because of my depressions, and I have to suffer almost like 4 to 5 years. And in 2017, I have completed my medication, and at the same year, this notification came again. So collecting bits of my strength, I decided that I will give a last shot, last strength to last confidence to give these examinations, and with the God's grace and with the support of the family members, and today I'm so fortunate that I cleared this examination.
Okay, so you might be feeling very relieved now, right, ma'am?
Relief, yes, relief, and at the same time very proud for my parents actually.
Is there any message to women out there?
My message, not only to women but to everyone, those who are toiling hard in life, that life never goes like we plan. It gives you lots of surprises, it gives you lots of challenges, and my only message is that never give up and never lose confidence and always believe in yourself. So that is my message.
First of all, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, we have come to know that you did your schooling from government schools. तो बहुत सारे लोगों का ऐसा परसेप्शन रहता है कि जो प्राइवेट स्कूल में और जो बड़े बड़े स्कूल्स में पढ़ते हैं उन्हीं लोग एपीसीएस को क्रैक कर पाते हैं. तो आपका उस पर क्या कहना है, मैम?
Okay, I would like to differ on that perception. For me, it is not true, and I believe that we shouldn't let adversity take the better of us or best of us. And for me, tough time doesn't last long. It is the tough people who last long, and I acknowledge the fact that in Arunachal, especially in our tribal place, especially the remote places, we have so many problems regarding basic infrastructure facilities, absenteeism, so many problems. But I do think that we as a student or we as aspirants shouldn't get discouraged from that thing. We should instead use that as our strength. And the best thing is that we should have faith in ourselves. Though the whole world thinks that we cannot do, but we should have faith on ourselves. And I was lucky enough that the government schools from which I have studied, my teachers were really good and they were really helpful. I did my schooling from class nursery to class 10. I was in government secondary school, RGU campus. So especially Borua sir, Nima sir, Anita madam, they were the one who were like always there to guide me. And after that, plus 2 I did from government higher secondary school, Demu. And in higher secondary, so many students are there. I understand that teachers, they won't be able to cater to so many students' needs. But I tried my best to be to study and to be able to get whatever knowledge I can achieve from my teachers. And apart from that, I would like to give my gratitude to Success Point, Rajiv sir, Ashish sir, Amritanshu sir, and everybody was so they were very helpful, and especially Rajiv sir, usko itna tang kiya I have literally he was the best mentor in my life, and regarding he was everything, whatever apart from my family, he was the best thing that could have happened to me, and I'm very happy for that. And to all the people who think that government school products, they cannot do good in this type of exam, this is wrong. Just take example from every places, and some of my friends from this same 2017 batch, they have also they are also from government schools. So I think this notion is wrong, and we shouldn't let this thing get into our head. And I would like to conclude this by quoting this thing: where there is a will, there is a way. Thank you.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we know that most of the educated unemployed youths have the feeling of uncertainty and insecurity about their life. On top of that, most of them face family pressure, social pressure, and peer pressures, right? You were still unemployed, but you managed to crack APCS. What do you have to say to the unemployed youths, and how did you deal with the situation?
Thank you so much. Actually, the pressure have been from myself more than the family. My family have been very supportive. I took my unemployedness as a reason to keep pushing forward. And I had my two close aunts. They have been my source of inspiration. We were preparing side by side, but unfortunately they couldn't make it. So they have been my source of inspiration throughout my journey. And to the unemployed youths, I want to say that once in a while you will feel lonely and low, but believe me, it is natural. You will feel, but don't let that feeling discourage you, and instead make it a reason to keep pushing forward. And I also want to say that surround yourself with supportive people and keep distance from negative ones. And also lastly, I want to say that if you are ready to invest your time and energy, then prepare for it. Don't just prepare it because everyone else is doing. Thank you.
Ma'am, it is seen that many of the candidates who attempt for a civil service examination give up in the midway. How did you keep yourself motivated during the preparation days, ma'am?
To keep myself motivated and through this entire 3 years, I think I never forgot the reason why I decided to join civil services. I always kept that reason in my mind, and there were certain times where I was demotivated, where I thought I would not be able to make it. So at those times, I would watch certain videos, motivational videos, and I even spoke to my mentor Rajiv sir of Success Point. He has been a constant guiding factor in this. And besides that, like I said, the reason that I never forgot why I was supposed to get into civil services, I wrote the reason in front of my table, and whenever I was dejected, whenever I did not feel like studying, I looked at it and I got back studying again. Also, I read this quote from a UPSC topper, Artika Shukla of AIR 2015. She had said this quote, that whenever one is dejected, this is what we are supposed to do. And she said, start with fear, start with pain, start with doubt, start with whatever you have, wherever you are, but it is very important that you start. So this is what I would like to pass on this message to all my future aspirants as well.
मैम, बहुत लोगों का ऐसा परसेप्शन रहता है कि जो सिविल सर्विस जो क्रैक करते हैं उन लोग बहुत ही मेहनत करते हैं, लाइक टीवी अवॉइड करना, घूमना फिरना छोड़ना, उसके बाद जो सोशल मीडिया है उससे डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करना. तो आप लोगों ने ये सब, आपका इस पर क्या कहना, आपने कैसे मेंटेन किया डिस्ट्रैक्शन?
टू बी फ्रैंक, हम भी ये सब किया है, बट देन हम खुद को ये सब जब कर रहा था, आई डिड नॉट फील कि हम टॉर्चर कर रहे हैं खुद को, बिकॉज आई ट्रूली एन्जॉयड द प्रोसेस, और बिकॉज आई वॉज सो इन लव विथ माई गोल कि हमको ये सब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं लगा. बट देन एट टाइम्स ऐसा नहीं है कि आप कम्प्लीटली सोशलाइज नहीं करना है, बीच बीच में ब्रेक भी लेना चाहिए. अदरवाइज इफ़ कम्प्लीटली सबसे इतना ज़्यादा सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग होगा तो एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू नॉट हैव एनी फ्रेंड्स. सो एक लिमिट में वो भी रखना चाहिए.
ओके सर, जैसे कि कोई भी सिविल सर्विस एग्ज़ाम को क्रैक करने के लिए टाइम मैनेजमेंट बहुत ही ज़रूरी होता है, और जैसे कि सोर्सेज से हमें पता चला कि आप पहले से ही सब इंस्पेक्टर की जॉब में काम कर रहे थे. सर आपने कैसा टाइम मैनेज किया, और आपका कुछ फ्यूचर एस्पिरेंट के लिए कुछ एडवाइस है तो?
Regarding time management, it's a universal truth that everybody has got 24 hours in a day. तो हर आदमी को बराबर का टाइम है. तो एक सक्सेसफुल आदमी बनने के लिए आपको वो टाइम को कैसे मेंटेन करना है वो बहुत नेसेसरी है. लाइक यू शुड अवॉइड वेस्टिंग टाइम. एंड एज पर माई एक्सपीरियंस आई से, हम ऐसे जॉब में था जिसमें कि टाइम बिल्कुल नहीं मिलता था. डिस्पाइट दैट आई यूज्ड टू टेक माई बुक्स विद मी ड्यूरिंग माई ड्यूटी आवर्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई वॉज विथ HCM सिक्योरिटी सेल ऑल्सो. देर ऑल्सो इफ़ आई गेट एनी चांस, सपोज 1 घंटा का चांस मिला है, उसमें MCQ देख लेता था, MCQ वगैरह देखता था. और इनफैक्ट दिस डेज मोबाइल ऐप्स आर देयर रिगार्डिंग GK होता है, GK ऐप्स होता है जिसको कि हम डाउनलोड करके रखा था. तो that thing very helped me. And there are actually 2 types of time management, 2 aspects of time management I feel. एक है कि जो टाइम को वेस्ट करना जो है आप नहीं करना है, वेस्ट नहीं करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ़ यू हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस lots of things in this field. For example, being in a hectic job, I have to sacrifice my visit to my uncle auntie's place. उसका घर नहीं जाना होता है क्योंकि आई नो दे विल माइंड देता आजकल मेरा बेटा क्यों नहीं आता है इधर, वो कहाँ गया, प्यार नहीं करता होगा सोच के. बट आई हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस दिस थिंग फॉर अबाउट 2-3 years. But deep inside, I really love my parents, my uncle aunties and all. So that is one way of avoiding, wasting time. And one is using time in a very precious way. आप एक टाइम टेबल सेट करना चाहिए. एक गोल एक सेट करना ही चाहिए आपको. विदाउट सेटिंग टाइम टेबल यू कैन नॉट अचीव दिस थिंग्स. जस्ट रेंडमली चला जाएगा. आई फील दैट यू शुड सेट a timetable that you can do. Some people are there who set so strict timetable and then they cannot maintain it, and within a day or two they'll be unable to follow it, and then they'll give up. It's not like that. You should make such timetable for a longer period. For suppose 3 hours a day is enough, I feel. That much only.
Sir, is there any advice for the future aspirants?
I have only one advice: work hard. There is no shortcut to this thing. There is one negative feeling in social sites that corruption is there. I want to have a very gist on this thing. जो लोग नहीं मिलता है उससे मत पूछो. जो लोग अभी सक्सेसफुल हुआ है उनसे पूछो कि वो कितना दिया है. या तो regarding this thing you may delete it also. Actually I feel that you ask those fellows who have succeeded, they will clarify that there is no corruption. I am very thankful to APJ's commission that they have done very fair recruitment system. Thank you for that.
Okay. How was your first reaction after getting this news of?
I was quite excited and very happy. Since this was my second attempt, I had my composure, but at the same time I was very happy literally.
Okay, sir, I would like to know that market now is flooded with study materials. Many a time students get confused in choosing books. So how did you choose, and what are your suggestion to the future aspirants, sir?
Yes, as you said that market is flooded with so many books. No, there are so many materials, good writers, bad writers, and there are even some self-proclaimed writers also. Having said that, I would like to recommend the books that I have read for my preparation. For GS, NCERT is very must. NCERT from class 6 to 12. That is the Bible for every civil servants. Yes, you can skip class 11, 12, mathematics and economics and some micro commerce. But apart from that, the remaining subjects you have to study a lot. The second is Tata Macro book. It is a very thick book, about मोटा वाला book है. You have to read it because उसमें हर subject it is combined. It's a combination of all subjects. And regarding my optional for geography, I have followed Majid Hussain book, very good, renowned author. And apart from that, there is internet, so many websites, national websites, government websites, and even Arunachal websites. And For my public administration, which was my other optional, I opted for Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant, once again, is the most famous book. And for paper one, that is for theory, there is Prasad and Prasad. Yes, but apart from that, having said that, there are internet, there are many other innovative ways that you can choose and you can follow.
ये सारे जो बुक्स है उसको शॉर्ट में एक नोट में कंपाइल करना आप कैसे करते थे वो सर?
सबसे पहले व्हाट आई यूज्ड टू डू इज़ आप जहाँ पे ज्वाइन करते हैं कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट, बिकॉज आपका पास आइडिया नहीं होता है कि हाउ टू रीड, हाउ टू स्टडी. यू हैव द टैलेंट, यू वांट टू वर्क हार्ड, बट यू नीड एटलीस्ट सम इंस्पिरेशन एंड वे कि कैसा करना है. इसीलिए हम लोग ज्वाइन करते हैं कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट. एंड वेरी प्राउडली आई डिड माई कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट. यहाँ पे क्या था, ये सक्सेस पॉइंट पे, एंड राजीव सर वॉज माई मेंटर. एंड टू वेरी ऑनेस्ट, राजीव सर ने मेरा बहुत मदद किया है रिगार्डिंग मेकिंग ज्योग्राफी नोट्स स्पेशली. तो व्हेन यू मेक नोट्स, मेक श्योर कि आप वहाँ पे अंडरलाइन करेंगे कि जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ताकि लास्ट मोमेंट में आप एक बार रिवीजन कर सकेगा. बेसिकली इट्स ऑल अबाउट हार्ड वर्क. बाकी देयर इज़ नो शॉर्टकट, देयर इज़ नो सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर हार्ड वर्क. That's it.
Sir, choosing an optional is very difficult things for many candidates, especially for technical background like engineering and doctors, etc. And it is learned that you are basically an engineering student. Then how did you choose the optional paper for APCS, sir?
Okay, yeah, this is like basically this problem is faced by like mostly by the like technical course students. Like I'm an engineer by profession, and like choosing an optional is like it should be kept in mind in that before choosing such optional, that like it should help you in both optional as well as in GS, because our subject are mostly like very vast, and it involves calculations, and syllabus is too vast. So like it is better for us to choose some other subject than our own subject. So like I have I like opted geography in particular, and did some coaching from the Success Point itself. So it was a like huge like help for me, and like basically presently like I'm not even able to recall my like own subjects after reading so much of geography. Yes.
Sir, is there any message from your side to the future aspirants?
Yeah, I would like to say that this exam is something that like humanly possible. It's not something that that cannot be done by anyone. I'm a product of government school. So if I can do it, then I believe then rest of you can also do. Considering if you're hardworking and like determined to clear the exam. So best of luck for future aspirants.
And sir, if you could tell us your preparation strategy, sir, how many hours a day you used to study?
To be honest, I'm actually working as an engineer in power grid. So it was very hard for me to manage the time because my nature of work is totally like a side work. It is actually. So I used to manage out of like from school itself. Like I used to hardly dedicate 4 to 5 hours maximum a day. So like you will have to work it out. Like it depends on individual's capacity. So mine was around maximum 4 hours a day.
सर जैसे कि आज यहाँ आप जितने भी सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट हैं उन लोगों का इंटरेक्शन सेशन रखा गया, जहाँ पे मेंटर्स के द्वारा, आप भी एक मेंटर्स थे, आप लोगों के द्वारा उन लोगों को बहुत सारे जो आने वाले जो स्कोप से अपॉर्चुनिटीज़, चैलेंजेस के बारे आप लोगों ने बताया, उसके बारे आप थोड़ा बता दीजिए हमें.
एक्चुअली मैं डायरेक्टली मेंटर नहीं हूँ, इनडायरेक्टली हूँ, क्योंकि मैं कभी कभी आता हूँ बिकॉज मैं गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट हूँ, मैं समय भी दे नहीं पाता हूँ, और मैं ऑफ टाइम पे कभी कभी होने से हमारा यहाँ का सक्सेस पॉइंट का जो मेंटर्स लोग को थोड़ा सा ये गाइडेंस थोड़ा दे देता हूँ, बिकॉज आई हैव गॉन थ्रू द रूट्स दैट आर स्टूडेंट्स आर पासिंग थ्रू, जो APPSC के लिए कैसे तैयारी करना है मैं टिप्स इन बिट्स को जानता हूँ, इसका बारे में उन लोगों को बताता हूँ. और आज ये प्रोग्राम जो है एक्चुअली ये अचानक पे हुआ है, बिकॉज ड्यू टू लॉकडाउन मोस्ट ऑफ द कैंडिडेट सक्सेसफुल कैंडिडेट्स आर अवे फ्रॉम ईटानगर, दे आर नॉट हियर. मोर the real mentors who are teaching here, Rajiv Singh sir, Ashish Ranjan sir, Amrit Ansu and others, they are also away from Itanagar. And this program has been organized just to kind of felicitate the candidates who were here, especially to the toppers are Niti Taki, who was our student here, and also other toppers here. And the main motive was to have some kind of interaction, how they are feeling after after getting the result. And we have organized this program so that our candidates who are aspiring to become civil servant, they are also motivated by their interaction. So this was just a small program, sir.
Okay, sir. As you being in the service, being the APCS officer since past more than 10 years, sir, then is there any guidance, advice from your side to the newly successful candidates, sir?
To all the successful candidates, to all the APCS officers and the other allied officers, including the APPS officers, I would say that they should always believe in themselves, and their merits, their intelligence, their talent cannot be doubted by anybody else, because they have been recruited by a recruiting agency. They have proved themselves to be a hard worker. They have proved themselves to be efficient, hardworking, honest, sincere, because of which out of thousands and thousands of candidates, they have managed to get selected, and they are going to be in the administration very soon.
सर हमारे लिए बहुत फॉर्चुनेट की बात है कि आज हमें आप लोग मिले और आप लोगों को इंटरेक्ट करने का समय मिला सर। तो इस मौके का फ़ायदा उठाते हुए मैं आपसे कुछ जानना चाहती हूँ, और हमारे दर्शक है उन लोगों के लिए भी आपसे कुछ पूछना चाहती हूँ। मेन बात है कि जो सिविल सर्विस है उसके लिए ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट चूज़ करने में बहुत ही दिक्कतें होती हैं, आप उसके बारे में थोड़ा बता दीजिए सर।
Yes, there are lot of confusions which the students face before getting into this examination. This examination, APPSC or IS examination, are very tough, but it's very easy at the same time. And as you have said that the choosing an optional is very, very tough, very, very difficult. But there are certain criteria which the candidates need to have a clarity in their mind before opting to become a candidate for APPSC or UPSC candidates. First and foremost, the students who are thinking of taking up the optional has to have a clarity about or familiarity about the subject. Say example, a student who is just an engineering graduate may not be interested in other subjects. So for him, other subjects like psychology or philosophy will be very, very difficult. But if he or she is familiar with the subject, say like geography, history, or political science, if he or she if he or she has clarity of the subject or familiarity of the subject, that is one condition. The second condition is that one has to have a love for that subject. Say example, you may be an economic student or commerce student, but your mind may be tilting towards geography. Go for that. Go for that. Then another thing is the availability of study material. Suppose you are opting a optional like philosophy or psychology, the study material may not be available in a place like Itanagar. So you need to have the idea whether those study materials which are designed by the commission in the syllabus are available in the market, or is it available in Delhi or somewhere where you can access to. That is another what called criteria for opting optional. Then another thing is that you also need to have a good guidance. Suppose you are taking up a new subject and you don't have guidance, you don't have guide, and you don't have any mentors and you are not access to any experts. So that is also one criteria you should have while you are choosing an optional. Say example, geography or political science, you get very easily, about the what called guidance from the faculties who are in the civil service or also in the universities or in the colleges or also in the coaching institute. These are very, very important. So just I feel there are other criteria also for opting to optional, but I think these are the 3-4 points which are very, very important while choosing an optional.